People think accountants do numbers and stuff. We're actually professional hasslers. Accounting is the easy part. The hard part is getting you to give me the stuff I need to do my job. And any tool that eliminates the need for hassling, buddy, it is an instant buy. Unless it's free, like this one. I'm gonna show you how the sponsor of this week's demo day, Ramp, eliminates hassling on your bookkeeping projects. And even if you don't do bookkeeping, is a great advisory opportunity to introduce SMB clients to basic spend management. And to just get straight down to brass tacks here, the value of good card management to your bookkeeping workflow is this: having policies in place to ensure all the necessary details are captured at the time of the transaction. Not a month later, not when the card statement comes out, at the time of the transaction. So here, for example, I've got 3 policies: client spend, admin meal, and the default general expenses. For general, a receipt and memo are required for transactions of $75 or more. And category, department, and class are required for all. Now, how does Ramp capture these details? One of 3 ways: either with a push notification through the mobile app. This goes to the card holder at the time of the transaction, as soon as it hits. If it's over $75, get me the receipt, get the class, all that stuff. Via SMS if they don't have the app. You can even get it via an email integration that'll auto-fetch receipts from your email. If you look here, you'll see there's a couple other integrations they support as well, stuff like Amazon or Uber. And to be clear, this is fully customizable. Set the amounts where you want, remove anything that isn't necessary. Even set cards, look at this, to auto lock if they haven't submitted required info. This is good. Some of you are shouting at your screens already.
Where have you been all of my life?
Again, also free. Some of the stuff here, like that card locking thing, is on the paid plan, but you get a lot on the free plan. In the platform, under the accounting tab, I got a live feed of transactions and the details that have or have not been provided. I can hop over to waiting for cardholder, select all, send a mass reminder to everyone, just right there. Then when I've got the goods, I can come over, push everything to the accounting ledger, or even filter this list to just push a subset of these transactions to the ledger. Have you still not signed up yet? Okay, integrations. Ramp integrates with QBO and Xero, and even grown-up ERPs like NetSuite Intacct, Microsoft Dynamics Business Center, and Acumatica. Now, some cool customization stuff, because every client and business is different. If I want to gather even more goodies with every transaction from card holders, I can customize this further with custom fields, baby. I can also create coding rules. For example, I can point specific merchants to an account. I can point Ramp categories to an account. It also supports, look at this, sports, departments, and classes, even creating advanced rules with multiple conditions. But this is probably my favorite thing, this right here, multi-entity support. From a single Ramp account. Manage spend for all of your clients' entities. Each company can pay its own share of the statement balance. Oh my golly, so many things here that just massively simplify bookkeeping workflows. Set those policies right and you've got everything you need to close the books, like at the end of the month. But arguably just as important here is how we can advise our clients on just better spend management. The average SMB owner rocks up to some random bank you have never heard of to open an account and pays people through a combination of cash, paper checks, and beaver pelts. And then you're expected to somehow do the bookkeeping. But I don't know if you've ever had this experience. You go to the client's place and the owner is like,
"So I have a card, and now we have the card that the whole office uses.
excuse me?
It's the card that anyone in the office can run out and grab something with.
Excuse me?
Yeah, no card numbers gets going every quarter or so, yeah.
Craig,
Go get us some donuts. Here's the card."
That's just not the way, man. The benefit of a spend management platform is it gives you control over who can spend, what they can spend on, and how much. You can create actual policies that aren't you just yelling at Craig that he can go get donuts. It's a system to prevent out of policy spend before it happens. So, issue physical cards to your team, but you can also issue any number of virtual cards that are used sort of as these kind of budgeting mechanics, because each of these virtual cards can all have their own rules and constraints. Then you create approval policies. Look at this, eyes on the screen. These require employees to go through a process before they're issued spend in the system. And you see we can customize these on various factors. An example of this in action. Here's a virtual card for an accounting conference Craig's going to in Vegas. Cool it, Craig. You're a grown man. You bought a boat, for goodness sakes. This card's restricted to certain merchants. Delta, I thought we had Craig on Spirit. Never mind. And Marriott. And it blocks certain categories. In this case, alcohol and gambling, because he still thinks he can win it back. Then down here, we've got the policies for what he needs to provide when those transactions happen. So whether it's Craig making a donut run or a big complex department of people subject to various policies, the company sets the spend policy. And in the case of many of our SMB clients, ensures that the business owner is no longer the bottleneck, right? Now, getting all that in one place, really helpful. Well, Ramp does bill pay too. It's gonna take all your invoices, extract the goodies from them. You can save your vendor data in here like ACH info, W-9 information. Pay with ACH physical checks, international wires, or Ramp virtual cards, which earn 1.5% cash back. You can even set up like pretty hairy approval workflows as well. All that happening in Ramp, so you're not paying like this thing with a card, that other invoice with a paper check. All that spend is managed in a single place. Pretty great. Now, Ramp's been around about 5 years now. They're actually the fastest growing SaaS company of all time, have built a world-class product. But the reason that we're talking about them here is they've got an accountant channel now. If you've been out to any accounting conferences this year, Ramp's been hanging out, talking with accountants, and have actually got a dedicated advisor part of their platform now, which I will show you. Eyes on the board. You can manage clients, add and manage your internal staff, set their access and permissions. You got partner rewards. Daddy needs a new rev share. But what I most appreciate about all of this is if I want to get a new client onto Ramp, I can assist them in the process. Whew! We've got 3 options for how we can get people on Ramp. First, it's like an assisted version. I can help with the application. Second, I can just send it to them because they'll totally do it. This guy's funny. Third option is to connect to an existing Ramp account, like they already have one. Now, if you're thinking this makes sense for a client, what do you do next? What do I do next? Just send them this video, duh. Copy, URL, paste. Shoot them this video as a primer on why you think it could be valuable for them. Start there, then you can kick off the Ramp application process yourself on behalf of the client. Yay!
Get started today at ramp.com/Jason, and for a limited time, when your firm signs up for Ramp, you'll receive a free pair of AirPod Pros. Seriously, that's a real thing. This is Jason from the future. That's a real, actual thing.
This has been a demo day where we look at some of the coolest tech in the accounting profession. I'll link the full playlist to find even more killer stuff that'll probably, just quite maybe probably, make your wildest dreams come true.